You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first question, of course, is about Agarkars, and you were lucky to be his disciple. So how's the equation? Like, how much would you credit your career in cricket to him?
Oh, everything really. I mean, I guess I was growing up to be a batsman
Okay.
and turned into a bowler and played for India. So, in that sense, maybe he didn't teach me bowling, but everything else, just the work ethics, which is so important if you need to reach somewhere. Just the amount of work he put in. He was the first guy to reach the ground and the last one out of there. So,
Yeah.
that sort of taught us, to follow the right principles, right values in terms of just putting in the hard work. He always said that all the hard work, you'll have enough time to rest later in your life.
Was
you
he
need
right?
to work. Yeah, completely.
Okay.
I mean, there was a time when he actually used to drive us on his bike to games. The riots had just finished, and he actually picked me up at 5 o'clock in the morning to take me to practice.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and my parents were stressed about it, but eventually it was another guy. So three of us were the only people at the ground. He still made us practice a little bit.
Okay.
Those were the kind of things that he did for not just me, but everyone that was under him. And obviously everyone knows he was Sachin Tendulkar's coach, but there are so many other guys that have come through his stable really. So no, I think owe everything to him in my growing up years.
And do you remember your initial first interactions with him, the first encounter, or the first time he said that I see a great cricketer in you?
I think I just went because it was summer vacation, and I guess there were too many complaints where I lived with my grandmom, ball being
Windows being broken.
yeah. So my dad just said you may as well go and try it out, and he looked at me and he said to my dad, I think he's too thin.
Okay.
How is he going to cope? But he said anyway, let him come and I'll have a look at him. His daughter used to coach there, Vishakha as well. So initially, because I was so young, he let me play with her, and she obviously must have seen something and asked him to have a look. And sort of then he asked me to shift schools. He said, if you want to play seriously, you'll have to shift schools, which was when you're 12. It's
a big deal, yeah.
Yeah, I
Leaving
mean,
your
you've
friends
grown up
behind.
with certain friends, but my dad was always there to sort of help me with that decision, and which helped.
So your parents were very supportive.
Yeah, completely. I think my dad said, "Why not give it a shot?" I didn't know what that meant at that point, I guess, but as it turned out, worked out really well.
He was right. Okay. So you've always said that cricketers should pass on their wisdom to the juniors, and how much have you been able to do that? And is this generation of cricketers very receptive to that advice from seniors? How's the equation?
Yeah, I mean that's firstly, you want all that experience that you gain is of no use really. Of course, you use it in your own cricket or whatever field you're in. But yeah, if you can pass it on to some of the guys that come through, that's how we learnt in the Mumbai cricket team and the Ranji Trophy. When I played, there was Sanjay Manjrekar or there was a Tendulkar who were already there for years, and it was much easier to learn that way from them, and that's generally been the tradition in Mumbai cricket. Some of the experienced players tend to help the younger guys coming through. I'm sure most guys are receptive. Everyone wants to learn. I don't think anyone is, ever will say that no, why is he giving me advice? You want to learn.
They are receptive.
You're smart enough as you progress what advice to take and what not. But you always want to help. That was one of the reasons I kept playing Ranji Trophy even after I played with my last game for India. Because there were quite a few younger guys coming through. In some way, if you can pass on what you've learned, it
You're
always
transferring
helps.
the wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah, it's just experience more than anything, because you've probably been in more situations or different situations than they have been at that stage of their career, and it sometimes helps.
If you have to place a bet on a recent new player, who would it be? A promising new player?
You mean from Mumbai?
All over, in the present.
I think there are millions. I mean, in a country as big as ours.
First on your list?
Look, he's already done that. I'm a big fan of Rohit Sharma's.
Okay.
I I know he cops a lot of criticism
Yes,
for
yeah.
his inconsistency, but he's one of those guys which, it's one look at him and you know he's a special player. Everyone hopes he becomes a bit more consistent, especially in Test cricket. I think in one day cricket is okay at the moment. But he's one guy. Shardul Thakur is another guy. He plays for Mumbai. He's a seam bowler and played in my last season in Ranji Trophy cricket. He played in the squad, and since then he's now spearheading the attack, which is real good progress in a couple of years. So he's someone. He's already on the fringes of. He's been picked for India and stuff. So someone who keeps progressing might be one to watch out.
Okay. So digressing a little bit now, coming to parenting, we witnessed some amazing chemistry between you and your son. So tell us a little about parenting. How involved are you? And
I think after this he's not going to talk to me for a while.
so
no. I mean, I suppose since he was born, we've had that sort of connection. Of course, in his early years, I used to travel a little bit, and that was one of the things which he couldn't cope with. I think the first couple of not cope with, but he couldn't. He was too young to understand why I went away.
So much of shuttling,
Yeah, but no. Now in the last couple of years, I spent a lot of time at home, and it's not necessarily doing something with him all the time.
Okay.
I think as he's growing up, he's getting a lot more independent. But as long as he knows both of us around, he's quite comfortable surrounding.
Is there a special game or place where you guys bond? Something that father and son bonding time?
Well, he used to play a bit of cricket. Now he's into football, and I probably watch more football on TV than I play cricket. So I every now and then give him a bit of grief. But no, I think football at the moment, or just running around, kicking the ball or some table tennis. But like I said, his school hours are such that there's very little time apart from that, unless we are on holiday. So then we get a bit more time with him. But I think he's becoming independent way too quickly for my liking.
He's 9. So what are your ambitions? What would you like? Do you have a future plan for him, or you're just gonna let him be?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, why would you want to force anything on him? I'm just happy that he's playing some sport. I want him to be outdoor, want to have some physical activity. Doesn't matter which sport it is. Instead of it is important for your overall development. I think Fatima's anyway with his studies, she's very good.
Okay.
So and the school, his Springs he's quite comfortable.
So who's the good cop here and who's the bad cop?
we alternate, we rotate.
Yeah.
That works. That always works. Okay. So for him, it's a mixed parentage. You're from a different cultural background and religious background, and you're from a different one. How do you translate that knowledge to him?
Well, we both believe, but we are not overly religious.
Okay.
So it's not like we do too many things at home, which. But you try and pass on whatever you do. Of course, he sees there are different ways you do things. But I don't think it's yet been an issue, or we've had to explain too many things to him.
Oh, he doesn't have as many questions as
Not really, every now and then, but he's comfortable. He knows who we are, so that's and look, I think grandparents every now and then when he goes, he probably learns a few more things than he might learn from us. But
a new thing from each set of.
Well, fortunately for us, the grandparents are really, really balanced as well.
Okay.
So when we got married, that was one thing we knew. And we come from different backgrounds.
But
beautifully, the grandparents have actually played their part and are not overbearing.
Okay.
So while they show him rituals, both sets of grandparents are okay to respect the fact that ours is a mixed marriage.
Okay. So
he's very lucky.
Okay. Yeah. So was there a defining moment, parenting moment with Raj from the time he was born? Any particular childhood moment?
Plenty of defining moments, but I can't think of one really.
When you were playing for India versus Sri Lanka, when you came home, after he was born, you left to Pune. And when you came back, remember, his eyes just followed you everywhere. Those moments matter to us because
Yeah, I mean Pakistan. I was there for
Yeah,
for a
Pakistan.
month after the series, and
Sorry.
I think it was about 2.5, 3 months, and they arrived in Karachi in the
Karachi.
middle of the night or late night, and we were playing somewhere else, so I'd taken permission from the team to fly back a bit early to Karachi, and I actually reached the room and he was sleeping, and he woke up and he smiled. You know, you don't expect
How
that
old
at
was he then?
2.5 months. So
2.5 months.
yeah, 3 months. Yeah, so I was close to 3 months. I think December it was, just after.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting. You know,
Yeah, I'm sure
don't-
as a
you know,
parent.
if you're away for like 3 weeks,
Yeah.
at that stage you expect, you wouldn't be surprised if
He doesn't
Yeah.
react at all. Yeah.
No, but he has that connection with Ajit.
Yeah, we saw that.
That's why I
It's very
said
obvious.
he will make him laugh more than I will. I will just do this. Ajit
No,
will make him laugh.
do you bribe him with something special?
No, Ajit never does.
Never does that. You do that.
I do that.
Yeah, I heard that. More eating time. Good. Question about Sachin. You guys have been very close friends. Your relationship in cricket apart. Personally, how much of a part or how much has he influenced your life skills?
Well, I think he's probably been the biggest influence on my cricket. You know, when you sort of get picked in the team as a 20-year-old, you know, and you suddenly hang out with the likes of Sachin, I played in '98, and he was already a veteran by then. I think he'd already been around for 8-9 years.
Yeah.
And maybe it was, to be honest, with Agarkars sir we never met because he was almost passing out from school
Yeah.
when
time
about 4
frames.
years
Yeah.
difference. So, but then around the Bombay circles or Mumbai circles, we were familiar with each other. We played a couple of games for CCI club cricket when he'd come to get some practice. So we knew each other by then. And it's one of those things, you know. Things sometimes you get along with a certain person. Just happens to be Tendulkar, which helps. Maybe the same language, maybe coming from Mumbai helped. But it was
That
just
did help? Same language?
possibly.
Okay.
I've not spoken anything else with him, so I wouldn't
But
know
Marathi.
it would have. Yeah. So, but I think just being maybe familiar with each other. Vinod Kamli had just come in the team as well, making his comeback then.
Okay.
So they were obviously friends, and you know, Vinod and me were sharing a room, so that helped process. But I think our habits generally are
Similar?
very similar. I think we were both pretty laid back. You know, didn't we enjoyed food, and one of those things, I guess. And then over time, you just because you're traveling so much, you're almost 8 or 9 months together.
So
Yeah, you kind of get along, and yeah, we've been friends since. Yes.
You guys still catch up, the entire team?
Well,
Over cricket
generally
or
you tend
something
to
else?
hang out with people in your own city. I mean, you know, Sachin's I think probably busier than when he was playing after
Okay.
he's retired.
Yeah.
So
Which is
it's pretty
good to
difficult
know.
for us to catch up with him. But guys like Zach, he's a close friend. You know, there are Rohit and these guys whenever they're free. So you don't really tend to catch up with people who don't live in your city unless they are here for a reason.
Okay.
But yeah, you keep in touch with the guys you've played with, and I think I'm in touch with most of them.
Okay, so one question for both of you. We have a very busy lifestyle, urban lifestyle. What message would you want to give out to parents? You know, how to balance work and life when you have such a busy schedule like yours. How do you take out time for your child and make sure you're involved, make sure your child knows that yes, you might not be there physically, but my parents are around and I can bank on them.
You could look here for this.
Yeah, look, I mean, it sort of worked really well for us, you know. I mean, Fatima's busy over the last 2 or 3 years, really busy, and I'm sort of a little bit more relaxed, so it's balanced out really well. It was one of the questions I was asked when we went for our interview. How will you? I mean, growing up, my parents both were working parents, and they obviously found time for me always. I spent a lot of time at my grandma, so that probably was one of the things that I saw. You don't necessarily need them for everything, but as long as he's quite happy as long as we are around.
Okay.
You know, and we try and make an effort that one of us is around if the other one's busy.
Okay. Is there a family tradition, yearly tradition, a holiday, something you guys
That's one thing that's common with all of us. We love our holidays.
Okay.
So we look forward to a summer We look forward to the Christmas.
Okay.
We love the cold weather, all
Okay.
three of us. So we usually travel.
Uh-huh.
And we actually enjoy each other's company a lot.
Okay.
So whether it's conversations, I will tell you, he connects a lot with Raj over IT, which
Okay.
your games or all of that.
Okay.
So yeah, there are moments we try and work with board games, all very competitive. So
Okay.
it's who wins,
Who wins?
who wins, and that's
Who wins usually?
It's always,
Why?
you can take the loss, but it's always
Yeah.
the aim to win. What's the fun of playing Agarkars?
Okay, okay.
So no rituals. But yeah, like Diwali, we make sure it's with my in-laws. Moram, that's the Muslim New Year, so we make sure. And both sets of families also connect over these occasions. So we try and keep it very simple, and we're able to then not have rituals, but yeah, we have our moments.
Your message to parents. Like you have parenting all sorted out, it sounds like.
No, not at all. Look, it'll sound a bit preachy. We try and give Raj as much time as we can. Not as much time as we can. We try and obviously be there for him. And I can see a difference when at least one of us is always around. How relaxed he is. And you can see the difference in his development.
So
When he
make
leaves,
time for your children. Like.
Listen to them.
Okay.
And even if they've made mistakes, don't be quick to generalize, don't be quick to judge, don't be quick to start one of those long dialogues where you tell them about life and what they should think about.
Okay.
At
Don't get
9 and
preachy
10,
with it.
yeah, don't get preachy, just listen, and if a mistake is made, he's saying sorry, just accept it.
Okay.
And don't be bad if your kids make you look a little less
Embarrassed,
perfect.
right?
Yeah, because they're children and they're meant to be.
He's nearing his teens. He'll be in his
He's 10,
yeah.
going on 60, I think.